I'm not patient. Essentially what this is got. Hey Susan, welcome back to Hag. I have been teaching you how to go step by step through a basic drag face. We have done the brows, we've done the base, we've done the contour, we've done everything except the eyes and lips. So first we're gonna start with the eyes. I'm gonna give you a traditional, easy, simple, easily alterable drag eye. So you can change up the colors of this, it'll work with just about anything as long as they're not completely clashing colors. We're gonna start with like a little small dome brush. You gotta start right there. So that's where the brow is, that's where the eye is, it's right there. Stamp it to there. And we're going to stamp it right back down. So now I'm gonna take a little fluffy brush and we're going to firstly start by blending this edge in towards the brow and the nose. And you wanna sweep it up, little circles. Okay, and I'm going to go into No Beans from the James Charles palette. So that's the darkest shade I used on my brow. I'm gonna stamp it with the actual blending brush right here. And then I'm gonna just blend that into the rest. We're gonna take the absolute last color we used. So we're really trying to like bring outline up. So I'm actually doing a straight line and make it touch my hairline because it's a really, really light shade. And we're gonna take No Beans again on the lid. M562 tiny little baby brush that we use for the absolute ends of our brow right underneath. So I'm just kind of tucking that right here. I'm gonna go into the little transition shade. I'm just gonna press that right at the absolute corner. I'm going to take a white on a little dense, small, slightly domed brush. Anyway, we're gonna press this right under the brow. Anyway, now what we're gonna do is we're going to go next to the nose. Stamp and drag inward. It doesn't need to be crazy precise for this look. That's the shape we're going for. Really big, really extreme, really blend out. We're gonna do a really, really, really big liner because larger liner is a lot easier to master. We're gonna take the transition shade, same as before, and we're just gonna stamp the edge. Taking No Beans from Morphe, right here on that edge, little flat brush. I'm gonna go into the gold shade in the James Charles palette. What is it called? So Good. But yeah, essentially I'm just stamping the shade So Good, James Charles palette, all over where that concealer is. And now to transition that, we're gonna go in with the shade Wig from the James Charles palette, which is like the darker gold up here. Mix the two in between, wig on the outside. So this eye, nothing crazy, nothing special, but it's easily adaptable. You can make any kind of color combination from it. The light shines, it has dimension, and we're gonna do the liner in a sec. I'm just gonna do this eye. So, couple liner recommendations. There is a liquid eyeliner. This one I like actually for precision. It is the Savvy liquid eyeliner. In terms of liquid, the Savvy one is the best I have found. It's a cheap brand. You honestly want a thin little plastic tip like that. Then there's the KVD Beauty. So it used to be Kat Von D. She no longer owns it. That kind of tip, I got it before it was rebranded to KVD, I think. But honestly, it's a great liner, so I don't really think about the brands too much if it's a good product unless it's like a really directly brand negative thing. Like for example, if they are very heavily tested on animals, they are like very, I don't know, what else is bad? Oh no, I don't really care too heavy about vegan stuff. I'm not a fan of Carmine, but other than that, I'm fine. Yeah, I pretty much just try to avoid Carmine where I can, and I avoid things that sell in mainland China. So I'm using the Essence eyeliner pen, then the waterproof. It's very, very thin, and it's very, very cheap. Vaguely draw up in a shape. Because it's thin, stamp, cross. So that shape is actually fairly basic. The larger it is, the actually easier it is. This is kind of medium right now. I'm gonna stamp up. Honestly, the easiest thing you can do, the best thing you can do to make it easy, sorry, not the easiest thing you can do to make it best, is make this a straighter line up the top, because then if it doesn't look as pointed, it doesn't look wrong. It looks intentional. And we're gonna go in the corner. We're just gonna overshoot the corner like that. So I use a fine liner to do that. And then I'm also gonna go in the absolute corner. And I'm gonna use the KVD. You can still use that one if you're patient, but I'm not patient. Essentially what this has got. As I was saying before, my camera so rudely fell. If you're not lazy, you can get away with just using the really cheap one. But or like you can just get another cheap one that's really thick. Are you focusing? Are you focusing? Anyway, it's really thick compared to the Kat Von D one. Sorry, it's KVD now, isn't it? That's literally the eyeliner done. It's not precise or anything. That's all I do for black liner. However, I do one thing that you don't need to do. You definitely don't need to do this at all. If you've messed up the bottom line you want to, get the white liner. This is the NYX white liner. Okay, boo, this is ending me. So looking back at it after it fell, the camera completely flipped, and I can't stand editing this anymore. There is so much blurry footage. Essentially what I did in this section was I just lined my lips normally using a red, and then I slightly winged it out here, kind of like a liner, and traced everything in white. Ignore the shaky camera I'm holding in my hand. Doing it just right in the moment. Crappy lighting, absolute shite. It's just like a little light here. But I'll skip just to like finishing touches and the end of the video. Okay, I've got my lash glue and I've got my lashes in. So, only like really big, obnoxious, loud lashes. That's why I've got these cheap baby lashes. Because these cheap baby lashes are actually going to, this is why I use out of drag. I'm doing like normal human makeup. But what they're essentially going to do is they're going to act as like a little shelf for the big lash, because 301s are flimsy as fuck. They're big, but they're flimsy. So what you want to do is you want to take the glue, you apply it all the way across the band. Whole band. Now I'm going to wait 10 seconds. I'm going to put it down and I'm going to do the other lash. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now I'm going to pick up the other one. And I'm going to glue the other one. So the reason I'm doing this is because then their times will line up with being dry and I won't be waiting as long. I'm going to wait 10 seconds. I'm going to wait another probably 15 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. And you can tell which one's thin because the longer sides go out on the outer edge. I should not use a distant mirror for this. I should use a little close baby mirror. And you just want to lift it off your lash line and point them as high up as you can. So my lash line's there. This lash line ends there. I only want the absolute end to touch my inner corner at all, because I just want the edge to really ramp up, so it just adds to a really high pulled back effect of the makeup. And now I'm going to take the other lash, which is now dry enough to stick, and now I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to wait a little bit for these to dry. But in the meantime, I'm actually just going to pull out my lashes, I guess, to show you. So these are 2.5 sets of 301s, and they have been stacked. So they're quite big. A lot bigger than these little baby lashes I've got going on right now. I guess I'll do the finishing touches that I normally do. So firstly, I'm going to get a white shade. Any white shade of makeup will do. Like a powder. And I'm going to take, where's that little brush I had? A highlight brush, which is like a little small dome brush. I'm going to take a white. I'm going to just go all over those highlight areas real quick. Remove that illusion of softness from my nose, really. And now I'm going to take a white eyeliner, the same one we used our eyes. Just going to do a little dot on the end of my nose. I'm going to take the little lash, do the exact same thing, but I'm going to apply more adhesive. I'm going to work one at a time, not two. Just because they're so heavy. I'm going to do all it above, and then I'm just going to do a thin little line on the top edge. So if I hold that there, I'm just going to do a line on the top too. Now I'm just putting it directly behind where I put those baby lashes, so just like... And now I want to hold it up here. So I'm just holding it while it dries more. Gotta hold it for the next couple seconds. You know, I'm gonna give it 20 seconds just to be safe. Hey guys, I'm back. So I've just put on this wig. It's a cute little wig. I styled it. Ooh, it was meant to be Victorian. It didn't really read Victorian. The lace isn't blending because I haven't glued it down. I'm not gonna glue it down. I'm gonna get right out of this. But I'm loving it actually. It's not something I normally do. I think it works really nicely with this hair, except I might have done like a nude lip. But like, ooh, I'm feeling it. Bye, Susan. Actually, like, comment, subscribe, do all that shit because I turned it out. Whoa! Bye, Susan. Okay, bye.